All right, do yourself a favor, go watch the Brandon Sanderson video before you watch this. I want to talk about it, but I also want to respect his wishes. Link in the description. Hello and welcome back to Shelf Centered. Thank you so much for stopping by. Sorry we're in yet another new place, kind of, but I went a little bit back into my office to try to film. I'm still trying to stand up, and you can see my office still has some issues. So just talk about very quickly Brandon Sanderson. I mean, last I checked, he's breaking all these records, or at least get right now at the second most funded Kickstarter ever. And we don't even have to do the qualifier for publishing. And honestly, I think the best thing about this is that he's proving that publishing is not dead. As much as I've joked and laughed about, well, nobody reads anymore, and there's all these statistics you can look up about, well, here's how many books people read after college even, and it's really sad. And here we are with a huge Kickstarter. It's not even for technology. It is for books. And I mean, let's be honest, with all the jokes about Sanderson being a writing machine, you've seen him, I've seen him, he just out-Sandersoned the Sanderson. I don't even know how to do that. So hopefully you've already watched his video by now. But I'll be honest, I went into that video where he announced his big announcement going, maybe he does need to slow down. Maybe he's focusing on his family and he's been at such a breakneck speed this whole time. It's probably time. And that's literally what I went into the video thinking. And he did a great job with the dramatics of thinking that, or making me think that, and completely bait and switched us. And I just thought, oh, he did a via extra book, like everyone, I'm sure. This has been so much fun watching reaction videos. But not only did he bait and switch with one book, then he pulls out a couple more and then some more. Like, I don't even know, like, it boggles my mind, but I love it. And again, it shows, you know what, I'm okay. And maybe it's because I haven't been to his signings and whatnot. I'm okay if he doesn't travel as much, if it means more Sanderson content. Because I love the guy. I think he writes amazing things, especially after just finishing The Way of Kings. And by the way, just so you know, it's clear, he copied me with the bait and switch. Yeah, that's what I did first with my Way of Kings review. So anyway, just thanks, copycat. Wow. So at least, hopefully that gives me some more credibility. Hey, he can bait and switch, so can I, right? I just wanted to make this quick. So I liked what Treebeard said in his video about Sanderson is not afraid to just not let perfection get in the way of the good, right? It's okay, I think there's all these authors you can kind of point to, and again, everyone has their own mental issues, whatever it may be. I'm not gonna blame anyone for that, absolutely not in COVID time of all times, but to just be such a perfectionist that this can't just come out. I've also read a lot of psychology and economics books. That's my second favorite behind science fiction and fantasy. And I like how, I've read enough where, like, Blink, for instance, is probably the most popular, but others like Thinking Fast and Slow, where it really gets into, there's a level of like trusting your gut versus not trusting your gut and having to think things out. We have kind of two different brains that, but I think, like, for an author who's as good as Sanderson or Rothfuss or George R. R. Martin, there comes a level of just, you got to trust yourself and trust that, yeah, it may not be perfect, but maybe my gut is okay on this, and you can do that. Because that's what those psychology books kind of talk about, is there's a level of thinking things through and being careful, but then there's a level where it is actually better to trust your gut. And obviously our many pseudo Facebook scientists can show you that maybe trusting your gut isn't always the best thing for them, but for a scientist, it would be a good thing, right? And so if you've trained those muscles to do the right thing, then you can do it. And I think Brandon Sanderson is just the perfect example of, he's just telling stories. This is what he does best, and he knows that, hey, and I honestly think you have to, at least at some level, you're doing art, know that it's not going to be perfect, but it is what it is. And I think, and again, this isn't to say, this is more, what I'm making the point is that Sanderson not only is not letting the perfect get in the way of the good, but he still produces insanely high quality stuff, bordering on perfect, if not that. And I won't go all the way. Nothing is perfect, but anyway, that is to say, I just think that the way he does it is just brilliant. Now, is this a complete change in the whole publishing industry? You know, there've been like Michael J. Sullivan's been on Kickstarter for ages. Sanderson's been having great success with The Way of Kings leatherbounds. Next year is the Words of Radiance, not to mention what's going on with this. I don't know if this is breaking like the publishing industry. It's something that maybe it will for like your Stephen Kings and your Rick Riordans or whatever. Your big authors can do it because they're going to have the backing. And I think I've watched enough Michael J. Sullivan interviews to know that he just makes a ton more money being able to self-publish because he's the one that he doesn't have to give that cut to the publisher. You also take all the risk, which is why the publishers can do what they do. But I guess it's a little scary for me because, well, maybe it would change things if, like, you know, Dragonsteel becomes a publisher for other artists. Sure, then you're back kind of in the same issue. I do worry that it might pull people, though, away because these publishers do have their cash cows. And so I worry that, not having a Sanderson doesn't let them pick up the next Sanderson, right? Like, you can't take those risks as much when you don't have that cash cow working for you. So anyway, is it a good thing? It might be. I think it remains to be seen. I don't think I'm on board with the, like, it's gonna do crazy things to the publishing industry. Maybe. I think, self-publishing really, Amazon and whatnot really did the best for publishing to kind of get it all out there. And so maybe that's really more it. And maybe this is just kind of really just self-publishing to the extreme. I mean, that's really, I guess, what it is. So anyway, I just wanted to share my excitement. I'm so excited. This is so cool. I think Brandon Sanderson's awesome. I think the video made me so excited. I was telling everyone, and everyone around me was like, we don't read. I don't know. What do you mean? Who cares? But I'm excited. And my 3 people that I knew in real life were excited about this. So, and then everyone else on the internet, see, we got it. It was trending on Twitter and stuff and Kickstarter. So anyway, just wanted to say I'm excited. I'll probably be backing at the quarterly level to some degree if I can convince my wife. So any good arguments you have for that, I will take. Thanks. So anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really can't thank you enough. I'm very excited, as you can tell, and I will catch you on the flippity flop. Bye.